Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome back to the studio. I'm so excited for today's topic. Let's dive right in. We delve into one of the most fascinating and legally intricate areas of Ghanaian criminal law, bigamy. In a jurisdiction where the institution of marriage is governed by a plural legal system, the concept of illegally contracting a second marriage is fraught with technicalities. Ghana recognizes three main forms of marriage. 1. Marriage under the Ordinance. This is a civil monogamous union. It is legally equivalent to a church wedding. The governing principle here is strictly one man, one wife. 2. Marriage under customary law.
We bless this union under our custom.
A man married under customary law is at liberty to marry additional wives. 3. Marriage under Mohammedan ordinance. This is also potentially polygamous, allowing a man up to 4 wives.
My dear wives, please welcome our new addition.
The crime of bigamy exists to protect the sanctity of the monogamous union. It prevents a person who is already bound by the one man, one wife monogamous rule from going through a ceremony of marriage with another person. The primary source of law is the Criminal Offences Act, 1960. Section 263, Clause 1 states that a person commits bigamy if knowing that a marriage subsists between him or her and any person, and go through a ceremony of marriage with another person, whether in Ghana or elsewhere. The key elements of the offense you have to take note. 1. A subsisting marriage. There must be a valid first marriage. 2. The second ceremony. The accused must go through a marriage ceremony with another person. It does not matter if the second ceremony is civil, customary, or religious. 3. Knowledge. The accused must know that the first marriage still exists. If they genuinely believe the first spouse is dead or the marriage was dissolved, the requisite intent is missing. Now here comes an important defense, the 7-year rule. This rule can be a powerful tool in your defense. If a spouse disappears for 7 continuous years and there has been no contact and the person tells the new spouse everything honestly, then it may not be bigamy. But once this defense is raised, the prosecution must prove the accused actually knew the first spouse was alive. Bigamy is a misdemeanor. It can lead to up to 3 years in prison and sometimes fines. Now let us talk about something very important. How to prosecute bigamy. The very first question is simple. What type of marriage did you contract? This question is extremely important. As explained earlier, your understanding on the type of marriage in Ghana is key, and where yours falls is essential to prosecuting the case of bigamy. If you marry under the ordinance, it is strictly monogamous. You cannot marry another person under any system. If he attempts an ordinance marriage while still customarily married, that ordinance marriage is void. 2 wives under customary marriage appear balanced. Attempt to attach ordinance marriage makes it void. This was affirmed in the case Reclara Sakiti. It's a great example of how the law protects each form of marriage. The court prevented her husband from marrying someone else under ordinance because the customary marriage was not dissolved. The next step is obtaining proof of your marriage. And the best proof is the marriage certificate. If the certificate is missing, a certified copy can be obtained from the marriage registry. For those who don't have certificate, you can rely on the marriage ceremony photographs and witnesses as proof. But remember this, without proof of the first marriage, prosecution cannot proceed. The next step is verification. You must confirm the marriage still exists, that no formal dissolution has taken place. If the marriage still exists legally, the case becomes stronger. Now we reach the critical stage. You must prove that the second marriage also happened. You can prove that with the second marriage certificate or wedding photographs, videos of the ceremony, witness statements. Finally, witnesses. Witnesses are extremely important in bigamy cases. If you want to know who can be a witness, people who attended the first and second marriage ceremony, the marriage registrar or the officiating pastors, or even the second spouse can be your witness. Their testimony confirms that 2 marriage ceremonies actually took place. And once 2 marriages are proven, bigamy can be prosecuted. Remember, bigamy is a criminal offense, so you must report the matter to the police. At the police station, you must provide your marriage certificate or ceremony photographs and evidence of the second marriage. So today we learned something very important. Marriage is not just love, it is also law. Winning a bigamy case in court is not about emotions. It's about evidence, understanding the type of marriage you are in, documents and witnesses. Before you go, if you learned something new today, hit the subscribe button. Leave your comments below. I'm Albert the Commissioner. See you in the next episode.